The word in community organizing is that you can tell a good organizer because he or she never shows up someplace alone. And the head of our DC chapter, Becky Ianni, is exactly that person. And evidence today, oh, now he's gone. No, there's Dan. Dan and her husband. Stand up for a second. Becky always drags Dan along and puts him to work. Dan has long been our technological consultant, genius guru for the past several years and does it well. But Becky, you heard David Lorenz sing her praises. I did say something about my introductions being shorter, didn't I? Becky does it all, and she does it all with extraordinary sensitivity, and it's just such a thrill and an honor to know her. She hasn't been involved for 3 years? 4 years? 3 years, and she was, as David said, she did a remarkable job around the Pope's visit to DC, but even before that and long after the headlines fade and the news media is gone, she quietly walks survivors into the prosecutor's office and into the therapist's office and into the police department and takes their calls, and she does it all. Becky Ianni from Washington, D.C. And she said, and she just said, did you torture me by making me last? Actually, there's one more, but if I'd have thought about it, I would have done that.
I have to say that my least favorite thing in the world is to stand up and talk in front of a group of people. That being said, my husband wanted me to start with a funny story, and my son suggested a joke, and they were going to help me out. And I thought about it, but then I decided that neither one is me. And if there's one thing that I have learned over the past 3 years is to be myself. And I'm corny, and I'm kind of mushy, so bear with me. This past year has been a busy one for me and all the other leaders and supporters in the Washington, D.C. area. With the sex abuse crisis spreading worldwide, we were overwhelmed with press events and interviews. There was 1 week that David Lorenz and I, and he spoke earlier, did 12 media events. As a child, I was silent, and I was scared to speak up. As an adult, I am still scared every time I do an event. But I am no longer silent, much to the chagrin of the church leaders in my area. As a result of these media opportunities, victims have been coming forward in dozens. This year, I've had the honor of accompanying brave victims to make police reports. I have witnessed courageous victims read their impact statements at trials. Victims have trusted me with their stories and their tears. I have sat in on meetings between victims and bishops. I was a part of a group of victims who created an educational DVD about sex abuse. And even though I've done these things, I think you should know that 4 years ago, I didn't even belong to SNAP. 3.5 years ago, I was the victim calling David Clohessy looking for hope. I was the person who needed someone to go with me to the police station. I was the victim who went to my first press conference and hid behind a sign so no one would recognize me. I even had a story if someone did. I was going to tell them that I had a friend. 3 years ago, I attended my first national conference in DC, and I was overwhelmed by everything I saw and felt. I listened to the speakers, and I spoke with various leaders, and I was amazed at their strength and their accomplishments. I knew I would never be able to do any of the things they talked about. But here I am today, having done some of those very things I heard about 3 years ago. I am no more talented, no more unique, no more special than anyone in this room. I firmly believe that each person here this weekend probably already has, but certainly can make a difference in someone's life. It might have been as simple as sitting next to someone who was alone, smiling at someone, listening or sharing with someone. There are so many ways each of us can make a difference. I hope that I have made a difference in the lives of those who trusted me to help them, but I know the impact they have had on mine. The opportunities I have had to help other victims and to protect kids have made me feel empowered. They have helped me heal. They have kept me alive. Thank you for being the family, whenever I needed you. And thank you for giving me the opportunities to make a difference.